Oh boy, I have some experiences doing temp work, but
That could be its own documentary or
practically.
lengthy little narrative
Oh
there.
yeah, oh yeah. It's a but I'm also grateful for the perspective. Once again, like you get to meet a lot of interesting people with different perspectives and an appreciation for the hard work that goes into different industries that I wouldn't have had the experience for. Also meet a lot of really terrible people who should not be in positions of management and abuse that position and power. So once again, all great perspective on the human condition that only further inform my choices as an actor based on certain characters that I perform. So it's all been helpful.
It all feeds back in especially like with as many minds and personalities you have to pull out of the ether to keep your campaigns going and filled out and feel alive. I've seen, like, I've watched interviews with other impressionists, other voice actors and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, this voice is just my aunt or this guy I used to know in the neighborhood, and I just
Yeah.
kind of would imitate him, and then it would become this thing. Like, there's especially for this for your profession, there's a lot of, I mean, there's quite literally inspiration everywhere when it comes to that.
Absolutely. It's just being aware and making the choice to be present and paying attention. It's very easy to just get used to it and it becomes noise or interactions, but like, be sitting at a coffee shop somewhere and not have anything to do for 10 minutes and then just sit and people watch for a little bit. Or, be around somebody who's having a conversation that you've hung out with many times, but as opposed to engaging in a conversation that you're not directly invited to, or you have anything to add to it, watch their mannerisms or listen for their, how excitement changes their affectation in speech, how certain people stammer or break pauses into how they express stories. Some people speak through sentences, some people speak partially and then come back through and break the thought up into different beats, and that's very natural and realistic. Sometimes people they'll say words over, say words over and over and over, they'll say words over and over again to try and get a point across like that, and that's another natural speech pattern that is different for how you might talk, but people talk like that. And so you pick up these little nuances to communication, to physicality that you just, if you're not taking a moment to be present and focused on those things, you might not ever notice. But that's part of the joy of being an actor, or animator. Also learned a lot of that from animation, because you want to see how people move and interact and the physicality that comes with expression. So that all helps. I mean, part of being an actor is just being a person that studies humanity in a very social way.